entire sort of theatrical experience was co-created by all of us, and we're so excited to share it with you guys. So without further ado, we can get into it.
Daughters of the Night, a theatrical reading by Idewild Theater Ensemble. Act 1, Scene 1, Funeral. New England, late 1960s. Esther, Maggie, Joan, Vera, and Ruby are all in mourning clothes. It's raining, and they're all sharing a few umbrellas. Joan stands in the center and is holding an ornate wooden box.
Maybe it's jewelry, or some type of keepsake box?
Should we open it?
If that's okay with everyone.
Whose name was on the box?
Samantha.
Pearl, Alex,
Beatrice?
Annabelle.
How are each of our mothers' names written on the box?
In the note, see?
Oh, so they all knew each other? Then how do I not know any of you?
I don't think I get it.
I didn't know you could leave an item to multiple people in your will.
I didn't either. I thought possessions had to be for only one person.
My mom never talked about anything like this. I feel like she would have told me or something if she was going to leave some mysterious box to me and 4 strangers. But then again, not a lot of people had her name, so...
And she lived here in her 20s, right? So did mine. This doesn't feel like an accident to me.
A key came with my mom's will. Maybe it's the box.
I mean, everyone's here. All of our mothers' names are on the box, and our names were all on the wills for this.
I guess maybe we open it?
Joan takes the key from Vera and opens the box. There's a book inside, a small knife, a map, and a key on a ribbon.
There's a note. Oh, no, it's math.
This book says the Book of Lilith?
Oh.
There's another
Why is
key.
there a
Wait, there's another note. Dear daughters, daughters of the night, please see this through. Lilith has enriched the meaning of our lives and thickened our lives. It is time for your first ritual. Take the key, but don't open the book till you arrive. An orchard waits for you.
An orchard?
Who's Lilith?
What? I'm confused. But mothers were daughters of the night? When my mom was around, she used to talk about them. Yeah, my mom. She used to talk about this orchard a lot. I guess her moms are passing this all down to us.
You know this orchard? Can we all go, like, now?
I can drive us. I think I know where this might be.
Scene 2, Initiation. Esther, Joan, Vera, Maggie with a blunt, and Ruby enter the dimly lit apple orchard. Joan holds the book of rituals. Before them is a small table covered in vines with a chalice, flower, a knife, matches, and a candle.
This place is huge.
It's gorgeous. Do you smell that?
Maggie takes a hit of her blunt.
What is that?
Oh, I grew it myself.
Vera grabs her blunt and snuffs it.
Enough. Ruby, can you open the will?
We must begin. The will left us the items for the ritual, but it doesn't explain how to use them.
Ruby unfolds the will and reads the riddle aloud.
In a garden where shadows and secrets entwine, nectar of wisdom from branches divine. Yet not every fruit brings the light that you seek, for deeper allure lies where the stillness is deep. Beneath canopies rich, where the serpent once sighed, lies a treasure concealed where the roots softly hide. Partake of the veil that the earth softly weaves, and awaken your spirit to what the night leaves.
Joan reaches up to pick an apple.
They must mean the apples, right? Garden of Eden, fruit of knowledge.
I'm not sure a Honeycrisp is going to induce a spiritual awakening, though.
Maggie's gaze shifts to the mushrooms at the base of the tree.
There's always mushrooms.
But what if they're poisonous? There are tons of mushrooms that look almost identical to edible ones, but they're actually deadly.
Maggie kneels to examine a mushroom, a smile spreading across her face.
No, I don't think these are poisonous. They just look exactly like the ones I ate at the comedy one summer. They're not dangerous. They're actually a really beautiful experience. I walked through the forest behind the mess hall and had conversations with every tree. They just really listen, you know?
Joan picks enough mushrooms for everyone and hands them out. They all sit or lay down on the ground, preparing to eat. Esther's face betrays her anxiety, while Maggie appears perfectly at home.
I think I might feel kind of nauseous, but I'm not sure if that's the poison or just my anxiety. Do you guys feel nauseous?
The lights begin to strobe, an intense rhythm building with dramatic music. The energy in the room accelerates until it abruptly halts, transitioning into something slow and haunting. As the strobes stop, a spotlight shines on Lilith, who appears at the back door, stretching out her hands as she adjusts her corporeal form.
Did it work, or?
Thunder strikes and Lilith appears.
Hello, daughters. Face me, so that I may more clearly feel your adoration. Good. Now, I am impressed by your haste. I have seen many generations of women, and not one has made contact as soon as you. Your mothers have only moved on in your 10 days past, and you have already found your way to me. You should feel great pride in your devotion.
Thank
Thank you, Lilith.
Each of you holds your own strength in protecting my will. For this reason, I will bestow each of you a role. Each role has been selected carefully and passed on through generations of women. It is important to note that once your role has been given, you will lead through that role for the rest of your time as mortals. Oh, good. You brought me a dagger. Lovely.
She grabs the dagger from the center of their semicircle, running her finger along its blade with a smile. Her gaze scans the group until she finds what she's looking for.
Vera, you, my dear, are the Reaper, as was your mother and your mother's mother, and so on. You are the drawer of blood.
What do you mean? I don't want to hurt anyone. I can't.
To summon me, there must be a sacrifice. It is a bond that cannot be forged without blood. It will be protected from the dangers of men, from their desires that consume and destroy. But to do this, you must face your fears.
No, we can't hurt an innocent creature. There must be another way. I refuse to take a life. I'm a pacifist.
Ah, the pacifist among us. Matthew, that is why you, my dear, are the singer, enjoyer of nature, lover of song.
We will follow your guidance, Lilith. Have no doubt.
Ah, Joan, and you, young one, are the leader, as generations of your lineage have led before you. And you, hiding in the background, Esther, face me. Your loneliness ends here. These are your sisters, and you, the acolyte.
My mother told me many stories of this role. Thank you, Lilith.
And that, of course, leaves you. Ruby, the archivist, the holder of secrets. Secrets that will bind you together in ways that you will soon discover will become your lifeline.
Thank you, Lilith.
But understand this. The world is rife with dangers, especially from men, who seek to destroy. It is a cruel reality. I know this all too well. Adam, the first man, was meant to be my partner, but he sought to control me, to stifle my spirit. I was not made to be a shadow, a mere reflection of his desires. And when I defied him, when I chose my own path, I was cast out, branded a demon. God did nothing but turn a blind eye, leaving me to wander alone. They wanted obedience, silence, and submission. That is the legacy of men, a world built on fear and domination. Think of the stories you've heard, the women who were silenced, who were cast aside like weeds in their own gardens. You must learn to fight against their darkness, or it will consume you.
Vera looks down at the dagger, conflicted. Suddenly, she straightens up, a newfound resolve shining in her eyes.
I'll do it. I'll perform the sacrifice.
Blackout. After a few seconds, red lights flash on. There is the sound of distressed chirping. Vera holds a bird in her hands. The daughters gasp, a mix of horror and awe on their faces. Vera approaches the table, her hands trembling but determined. She cuts the bird and tilts it to let a few drops of blood fall into the goblet, the crimson liquid swirling with the wine.
Very good. This will bind you to your purpose.
The daughters gather around, forming a tight circle. Ruby takes the goblet, raising it high.
For our mothers, for us.
After a moment, Joan takes the chalice from the table and holds it up.
We recognize our privilege to be your chosen daughters.
Joan takes a sip from the chalice and then passes it.
We pledge to keep your power protected as you protect us.
She drinks.
We are mortal and therefore bend to your will alone.
She drinks.
We will not succumb to manly wickedness and greed.
She drinks.
You are our only salvation, Lilith, and this we know as our only truth.
Ruby takes a sip from the chalice and then places it back on the table. Esther picks up the flower and slowly plucks each petal off.
In the heart of the valley, among the apple tree, there I serve my Lady who guides me. By
Lilith,
the sea,
allow this final light to guide us to you.
Ruby lights the candle.
We see through your eyes. Lilith, we see through your eyes. Lilith, we see through your eyes. Lilith, we see through your eyes.
Yes, daughters of the night, feel the power within you. Let it flow.
Our day disciples, what she gives, we receive. Bite the seed, innocence deceived, watering love. Mother's protection, daughter's affection for her, why ever on?
There is a beat of silence, a collective breath, and then the archivist blows out the candle. Blackout. Scene 3. Home. Maggie, Joan, and Esther tend to the garden and clean up the remnants of the ritual. Maggie and Joan are on one side of the stage, while Esther is on the other, near where her mother was buried.
It's beautiful here.
Yeah,
Do you think it'll live?
what do you mean?
The bird. We took so much of its blood. Did you see its eyes while we did that? It was in so much pain.
Its brain works differently than ours. It probably had no idea what was happening.
It can still feel pain though. It can still feel safe or happy or scared. We just tortured it. It doesn't feel right.
Have you always had this connection with the natural world?
What do you mean?
You have such empathy for the creatures in the earth around us. It's pretty cool.
I guess I just feel connected to nature in a way that's very different from how I connect with other people. I'm kind of jealous at how good you are communicating with the rest of the group. I think you have a lot of empathy.
I guess I picked it up over the years. I haven't really had a lot of empathetic people in my life, so I guess I've tried to be to others what no one was to me.
Hey, maybe we can both learn something from each other, from everyone, honestly.
Yeah, I think so.
I still feel bad about that bird.
I know. But remember what Lilith said. It told us to do this. That's how sacrifices work. The only way to connect with Lilith is to give something up in exchange. We have to do things we don't like, no matter, to show her how much we care.
I understand, and I don't want to make it sound like I don't want to be here, but it's just that we never agreed to this, you know? And what if this is a sacrifice I don't want to make? And this, it just doesn't feel good. I don't know.
Maggie, we have our own God. We can communicate with her and serve her and get her to make our lives look the way we want them to. Can I tell you something? I never really understood all this about religion before. People could talk about having a greater purpose, but I could never see it. You know, it was like there could be some man in the sky telling you all what to do, but at the end of the day, I still have to wake up every morning and go to work and cook my dinner. So I never thought I would say this, but talking to her today, I finally could see it. Call me crazy, but maybe I do believe in something.
I get that. And I believe in this too. But I also believe that our purpose is to do good, not what this is. If we have to hurt something to get there, is that worth it?
I see what you mean. But we never killed anything today, you know? And maybe you do need to hurt something sometimes to make something else better.
Yeah, I guess.
They continue tending to the garden in silence. The audience's attention is drawn to the other side of the stage, where Ruby enters and approaches Esther.
Hey, are you okay?
Oh, you scared me. What do you mean?
You keep looking at that.
Ruby gestures to where Esther's mother was buried.
Yeah, I mean,
I get it, don't worry. We all lost someone.
yeah.
What was she like?
My mother,
Mm-hmm.
she was my best friend.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, you know how you always have to act a little different around each person in your life? There are some people who you just never have to think about that for. You can just be the person you want to be. Those people have always been rare for me. I think my mother was the only person in my life that made me feel that way.
She sounds pretty great.
Do you miss her? Your mom?
I think right now I'm still processing everything, but seeing these flowers always reminds me of her.
What do you mean?
She planted all of them in the garden around our house, and on the first day in the springtime when they reached full bloom, we would go out together and pick the prettiest ones. Then we would arrange them all in bouquets and put them in my great-grandmother's crystal vases and use them to decorate the empty spaces in our library. And once we were finished, we would open the curtains as wide as we could and sit on the floor and read in the patches of sunlight until it felt like we were floating. It wasn't always easy with her, but those days were.
That sounds perfect.
It was.
You had a library?
Yeah, it was always overflowing with books, and the ceiling was so tall that when I was little, I thought it went higher than the sky. And for as long as I could remember, I was begging my mother to climb up the ladders to the highest shelf and take just one book from up there. All I wanted was to blow that dust off from it and see what shapes it made in the beams of sunlight. But she'd never let me.
I always wanted a library like that.
Maybe I can show it to you.
Esther fumbles with the garden tool she was holding and drops it. She stands abruptly.
I should go.
Esther begins to walk off stage. She hesitates for a moment and turns back.
Do you think we'll ever be able to go there again? Home?
I don't know, but we have Lilith now. We have a home here.
Yeah, I guess.
Scene 4, failed ritual. Lights go up on Ruby, Esther, Joan, and Maggie in the garden. Suddenly, Vera bursts through the gate, dragging the victim behind her. His hands are tied and a bag is over his head. Maggie leaps up in shock.
What the hell? I found our victim. This asshole is exactly what Lilith wants from us.
Oh, God.
Vera, you need to talk to us before you do something. Like, everyone is still
He was
processing.
sitting at the door to the bar, staring at all the women every time they walked out. This pretty young girl was stumbling out the door, clearly drunk out of her damn mind, and he just got up and left all of a sudden. I knew what he was doing, so I followed him as he followed her. He was too focused on her to notice me, and I jumped him and choked him till he passed out. I felt so hungry staring down at him. I just know Lilith was telling me to take him. I'm ready to do this now.
As she speaks, the victim thrashes around and vocalizes, but he sounds like he has a gag in his mouth.
What in the world is wrong with you?
How the hell did you get
I
in here?
threw him in my goddamn car and drove. And this is what we wanted, isn't it? This is what our mothers gave us. It's our responsibility to honor their last wishes.
Just because they were our mothers doesn't mean
I barely ever knew my mother. This is the only way I could ever hope to connect with her.
And who knows what will happen if we disobey? We've already pledged ourselves to Lilith. We have to keep going.
Isn't knowing your job, Ruby, our purpose?
It's not my job to handhold you through it. Esther, can you go get the offerings?
Esther nods and scurries off.
I should be the one giving orders.
Then do something.
Maggie is shaking, holding her head in her hands. Joan sits down next to her, putting an arm around her.
Don't try and make me feel better when you're just okay with this.
I'm sorry, but we have to do this. Vera is right. It's too late to turn back.
Maggie cries as the rest of the group set up the ritual. When they push the victim onto the table, his panic increases noticeably. Finally, all 5 gather around the table. Esther hands the cup to Joan, who pours the drink. Vera brandishes the knife and slices the side of the victim's throat, and he starts thrashing around even more violently. Joan catches his blood with the cup and raises it up.
We recognize our privilege to be your chosen daughters.
Joan drinks and passes to Maggie.
We pledge to keep your power protected as you protect us.
She drinks.
We are mortal and therefore bend to your will alone.
She drinks.
We will not succumb to manly wickedness and greed.
She drinks.
You are our only salvation, Lilith, and this we know as our only truth.
Ruby drinks and sets the chalice down. There is an uncomfortable silence, and all turn to look at Maggie.
It's your turn, Maggie.
It'll be okay, I promise.
In the heart of the valley.
Esther picks up a flower and pulls the petals off, one by one, scattering them over the victim. When Esther finishes, the victim slips loose of his gag and lets loose a blood-curdling scream.
No, this is so wrong.
You fucking cowards, sing!
Leave her alone!
We are not giving up on this now.
Ruby lights the candle, and everyone falls to the floor and the lights go out. They see a vision of their ancestors. Scene 5, flashback. A small Puritan town in New England, 1690s. Frances is in the orchard setting up a meeting. She places candles on a long wooden table and fills 5 cups with wine. Constance enters, carrying a bouquet of roses.
Good morrow, Constance. Oh, these roses are lovely. Mabel will love them. I have the candles and masks set up for tonight. I'm hoping the constellations will be visible after the meeting. We're due for some stargazing.
Do you think it'll work this time?
Oh, I don't know. It's more for the fun of it anyway. You know that.
Quite so. Have you seen the others?
Mabel and Etta were out by the stream. Lonnie went to town for some provisions. I told her to take someone with her, but you know her. Stubborn as a mule.
Frances, what if the witch hunter finds her?
Why would you ever say such a thing? It's a bad omen.
Do not tell me you haven't thought about it too. Frances, maybe we should stop all of this. The meetings, the rituals, everything.
Why would we do that? As far as any townsperson is concerned, we are merely a group of women stargazing in the woods. There's nothing nefarious about
It
that.
doesn't matter if it's nefarious, Frances. What matters is what they see. And they only ever see what they want to see. Witches. We are not witches, Francie. We should stop before we give him a reason to believe we are.
The town will never accept us as we are. Their suspicions will never die, even if we stop. You know as well as I that life in the village is no life worth living. We are all here for a reason. I like to believe it's something divine that brought us together, right when we needed each other. We are a family. Whatever battles come at us, we will fight them together.
But what if it's a battle we can't win? I'm serious, Francie. What happens if they come for us?
As Frances begins to answer, Etta bursts through the door.
Frances, Constance,
What? What's happening, Etta?
it's the witch hunter. We don't have that much time. They were going to burn us, Frances. They were going to burn us.
Slow down, Etta. Darling, tell me what's happening.
Lottie was in the market when she overheard him. He was planning to come to the orchard tomorrow with a mob. They were going to arrest us. Lottie tried to leave without being seen, but he saw her and chased her all the way to the stream. Mabel and Lottie aren't far behind me.
It's all right. It'll be all right. Francie, what do we do?
Frances reaches into her satchel, pulling out a long dagger.
Frances.
We will do whatever it takes to protect ourselves. Whatever it takes.
Mabel and Lottie burst through the doors, the witch hunter close behind them. Frances hides the knife behind her back.
We did all we could to hold him off. I know. Behind me.
Frances places herself between the women and the witch hunter.
Finally, so this is where you've been hiding, the freaks of the forest.
Leave us alone. We haven't done anything.
Haven't done anything? You're Satan worshippers, hell-bent on our destruction. You're against the natural order of this earth.
Please, just leave us alone. We just want to be left in peace.
You should have thought of that before, witch.
The witch hunter reaches into his coat jacket. Before he gets the chance to remove the unknown item from his pocket, Lottie grabs the knife from Frances's hand, stabbing the witch hunter in the heart. He falls to the ground, stunned, and dies. Red smoke fills the stage.
Lottie, what have you done?
He could have had a weapon. He could have hurt us. There had to have been another way.
How do you know that?
We have to take care of our own.
Do you hear that?
I did what I had to protect us.
Yes, and now what have you brought upon us?
As the women bicker, Lilith rises from the smoke, laughing quietly. It slowly grows, becoming louder until she is fully visible.
Hello, my children.
The women clasp their ears against the overwhelming sound of her voice. They fall to their knees before Lilith.
Who are you?
Don't you already know me?
After all you prayed to me all this time. No matter. My name is Lilith.
Lilith? But you're just an old story.
I'm as much an old story as the creation of Earth itself. Oh, how good it feels to walk again. I haven't seen the world through these eyes in a millennia, or any eyes, I suppose. Being such as I are not so easily summoned.
Lilith looks at the body of the witch hunter.
Oh, my poor darlings. What a tragedy has befallen you. The rulings of men have always been so cruel to us, but no more. Now you shall be my servants on this earth.
And what if we don't want to?
Don't you? Under my will, you will have protection. No one will ever harm you as long as you wear my name on your soul. Your bloodline will be sacred for generations to come.
Bloodline?
Oh, yes. Every child who bears your name will earn my protection. It's not every day a demon gets to walk the earth. A gift like this must be repaid in full.
Do you mean that if we agree, you'll protect us and our children?
For generations to come, my dear, all you have to do is swear your soul to me and follow my instructions.
Lilith pulls a mighty tome from thin air and places it in front of the women.
This tome will guide you. You've already come so far in worshiping me. All it takes is a little guidance.
She pulls a key on a chain from her neck, dangling it from her hand.
This key will lead you to my garden. There, all your questions will be answered. Tend to it, help it grow. You will never want for anything. Your daughters will never want for anything. All you have to do is follow the book. After all, you've already killed. What's a few more for an eternity of salvation? Only a fool would turn down a deal like this, my dears. What do you say?
The women share a look. Frances stands and takes the key from Lilith's hand. Blackout. Scene 6. First kill. Back to the 1960s. Esther, Maggie, Joan, Vera, and Ruby are sitting on couches inside the house. Ruby and Esther share one couch, Maggie and Vera share another, and Joan sits on her own at the head of the room. Joan twirls the key in her fingers. The rest are drinking hot drinks from mugs. There is a curtain in the back of the room concealing the table.
This is obviously much bigger than we understand. I think we can all see that after what Lilith just showed us. And I think we need to talk about it.
Lilith must have shown us that for a reason. I think she's angry with us.
I think Esther's right. Lilith was trying to send us a message, and now we need to prove our loyalty to her.
We shouldn't jump to conclusions.
We aren't. We saw that.
And maybe it doesn't mean anything.
It does. It has to.
And you really believe that enough to kill a man?
He deserved to die. You need to trust me when I say that this is
Can
necessary.
we please all calm down for a second? Vera, you've been quiet. What do you think of all this?
I'm sorry. I'm just not sure. What I did might not have been right. My mother, I remember her telling me all these mysterious stories of her friends. She rarely talked to me about anything else with such passion and reverence. Honestly, she rarely talked to me about anything else at all. The way she spoke about them, they were more than friends. They were sisters. It sounded beautiful. Then, as I grew older, I kept asking her where she got these stories from. I remember one time, I must have been 12, she looked at me really intensely, and she told me that one day I would have to do things that might seem wrong. But she told me to be strong because there would be people who relied on me, people who I needed to protect. And so I took this to heart. I stood up for myself. I would fight everyone who wronged me. The more trouble I got into at school, the more worried my mother got. One day I heard her on the telephone yelling that she'd screwed up, that she'd failed me. She had that same intense look on her face and in her voice, and that day she left. I never saw her again. I know it's not. The only memories I have of her are her stories. I imagine her sisters and the love that they all felt for one another, and I realize how much I need that now. Now that I know her stories were true, I guess I was too eager to follow in her footsteps, and it made me want to hurt that man in ways that really startled me. So I threw myself all in. I'm sorry.
Thank you for confiding that to us, Vera. I think I speak for all of us, and I hope, when I say that we will strive to give you the love that your mother never did. We're here for you. Okay, now that we've calmed down, I think we should make sense of what we saw back there.
Well, when Lilith named me archivist, she placed the history of our group into my mind. I knew what she just showed us, that our ancestors summoned Lilith in a freak accident and she promised their bloodlines protection from all harm. When we pledged ourselves to her, we affirmed this connection, and when Maggie stopped singing, she unbalanced our ritual. If we do not continue sacrificing for her, her protection for us ends. Simple as that. She holds our very beings in the palm of her hand now. It's up to us whether that hand is the loving hand of a mother or the bloody hand of our killer.
Thank you for your honesty, but you should have told us before. Do you disagree?
There's a reason I was given that knowledge. I didn't think it was going to be a problem at the time, and honestly, now, it doesn't seem like everyone can handle it.
Ruby. I'm with Ruby. We have to stay committed to this. Wow.
I'm just being honest. I know what we have to do.
So do I. Anyway, Maggie, I'd like to apologize to you. I forced you to do something that I knew you didn't want to do.
Yeah, actually, all of you did.
I apologize. Can I finish? Sorry. After you confided in me, I broke your trust. And that's not something a good leader does. Or a friend.
I just... Okay, wow. It isn't even about trust. Honestly, it's about the fact that what we're doing here is insane. And no one seems to realize that. What are we even doing? Is this really worth killing someone for?
We're a group. We're a sisterhood. And being part of that means making sacrifices. I am trying my best to lead and...
Lilith's our only true leader.
Well, she made me the leader of this group. So if you follow her, that means you follow me. And I want us to stay committed to this. But we all need to be on the same page before we continue. Right? Esther, you've been pretty quiet.
I'm okay. I'm good.
Then are we ready to try again?
The group set down their mugs and moved to the back of the room to unveil the victim, who appears to be unconscious. Ruby puts her hand on Esther's shoulder, holding her back. As they talk, Joan, Maggie, and Vera set up the ritual in the background.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm still pretty scared. It's weird. My mother always told me the stories too, and I imagined you guys as my imaginary friends. And now that it's real, it doesn't quite feel right. Especially not after everything that just happened. Talking to them feels like I have my whole life. I don't feel like they want to make a connection with me. I don't even know why I'm telling you this.
Ruby takes Esther's hands and clasps them in her own.
Hey, I'm here for you. I think the others are too, but everyone's got a lot going on. They care about you, they just don't know how to show it. You should put yourself out there more. It might make things easier.
Ruby, why are you still being so nice to me? Seems like you're closing off to the others.
I'm just frustrated with them. I thought they could do this, but it seems like everyone's having doubts.
I'm having doubts too.
I know. It's just that I don't know.
You're the first person I've met that seems like they actually want to be around me.
Maybe it's because I do.
Esther looks like she's thinking hard for a moment, and then she quickly kisses Ruby, who looks surprised for once.
I'm so sorry, was that okay?
Ruby smiles and kisses her back. They pull apart and then join the rest of the group, taking their places. The other members saw what happened and share quick glances with each other, but they don't say anything.
Is everyone ready?
Joan smiles and pours the drink. She looks at Vera, who nods and draws the victim's blood, which Joan catches in the cup. He awakes, beginning to struggle and scream. The rest of the group pauses, but harden their faces and continue.
We recognize our privilege to be your chosen daughters.
Joan drinks and passes to Maggie.
We pledge to keep your power protected as you protect us.
She drinks.
We are mortal and therefore bend to your will alone.
She drinks.
We will not succumb to manly wickedness and greed.
She drinks.
You are our only salvation, Lilith, and this we know as our only truth.
Ruby drinks and sets the chalice down.
In the heart of the valley.
Esther procures a flower and spreads the petals over the victim. His screaming and struggling grows more and more intense, but Maggie drowns him out. Ruby lights the candle and all begin to convulse.
It's working. I can feel her strength running through my veins.
Power, it's good. It feels strong.
And now for the final touch.
Ruby snuffs the candle and grabs the knife from Vera. Before anyone can react, she plunges the knife into the victim's heart. Everyone stares in some sort of trance-like wonder as the victim's struggling grows weaker and he finally stops moving. Vera breaks the silence.
Ruby, what did you do?
That felt like nothing I'd ever experienced before.
That's how the ritual ends. We offer their very soul to the mother, and she bestows us with her love and protection.
She's right. We're done here. You all can go. I'll take care of the body.
I'll help.
The other three look shocked, but then Joan steps forward.
Me too.
I need to go think.
Maggie and Vera leave. The lights go down as Ruby, Esther, and Joan begin hauling the victim's body off stage. Scene 7, Doubts. Esther sits on a bench in the garden. Vera enters and she stands.
Oh, hi, I thought you were someone else.
Sorry. What's that?
Vera points to a flower that Esther is holding.
Something Ruby gave me.
I actually wanted to talk to you about that.
About what?
About Ruby. I'm worried about her, and frankly, I'm worried about you too.
What do you mean?
All this stuff, the rituals, it's getting really intense.
We're just doing what Lilith tells us to do.
I know, but haven't you had second thoughts?
You shouldn't say things like that. And what does this have to do with me and Ruby?
I'm worried about Ruby's intentions. She doesn't seem to care that someone died, Esther.
Ruby hasn't done anything Lilith hasn't told her to. All of us have been performing the rituals together. That's what we're supposed to do. She hasn't done anything wrong.
I know, and that's what I'm worried about. We're following Lilith blindly, Ruby especially. Maybe we should stop before more people get hurt.
Stop talking. We don't know what Lilith can do. Ruby told me she's protecting us. Why wouldn't we want that, Vera?
Because people are getting hurt?
Who are you to talk about people getting hurt? Ruby hasn't done anything and you're attacking her.
I'm not attacking her, I'm worried about her. I know I made a mistake, but I'm not hiding behind some immortal deity to prove myself right. Ruby is going to get out of control if we don't stop her.
Ruby trusts Lilith and I trust Ruby.
You're clouded with emotion and don't realize this is getting out of control. Your girlfriend
She's
is
not my girlfriend. I don't know, it's complicated. But my feelings for her have nothing to do with the group or how I perform the
But they
rituals.
clearly do. She's crossed the line and you can't see it. And it isn't like we had a choice, but that doesn't mean we have to hurt people for no reason. What if Lilith is wrong?
You shouldn't be saying that.
We killed someone! Ruby killed someone.
It needed to be done.
Did it? Because if hurting people is how we stay protected, I don't think it's worth it.
You have to be careful, Vera. I know you think I'm stupid, but I'm not oblivious to the fact that Ruby is getting invested in the rituals. Scarily invested. Is that really such a bad thing? Our moms just died, and we don't even talk about it. I miss my mom all the time. This society lets me feel connected to her again. Ruby feels the same. All of our mothers were a part of the same society for a reason. Maybe they stayed for a reason.
There have to be other ways to connect with our mothers than killing people.
I should know.
You would know? Vera, you're the one who ran off the rails, not Ruby. Ruby was just doing what Lilith told her to do. She's not a bad person. Lilith
I
says...
know what Lilith says. Why are we listening if it pushes us to the edge? If Ruby knows so much about Lilith and the society, why would she stay?
You don't even know her. Why don't you take time to actually talk to her before you judge her?
Because she doesn't want to get to know us. She just listens to Lilith and ignores any moral code.
Lilith is our moral code.
Esther, I need you to listen to me.
Just stop, Vera. Ruby is fine. I'm fine. Maybe you should spend more time listening to Lilith and fulfilling your role than worrying about things that don't concern you. If you want to disobey Lilith, be my guest. But don't come looking for me for help.
I'm asking for your help now before it's too late. I'm in this group just as much as you are. And I'm seeing it for what it really is, Esther. This is going to end badly. I can feel it. I know you care about Ruby, but she isn't good for you.
You may have apologized for what you did, but I can tell you aren't sorry. You hurt that man without Lilith in your ear. That was all you, Vera. You think you're so much better than everyone, but you're worse. At least we're doing this for a reason.
Oh yeah, and what reason is that? Safety? Don't say I didn't try to help you, Esther. And Ruby.
Vera exits. Esther sighs, then looks at a mushroom. After a moment, she plucks it from the ground and eats it. With a rumble, Lilith appears. Esther falls to the ground in front of her, terrified.
I've been expecting you, my acolyte.
You have?
This group is my body and soul. I feel the cracks in my very being as they form. They're constricting. Now, my child, ask your question. I know you have one. I won't hurt you, Esther. You're my chosen daughter. You ask for guidance and you shall receive it.
Tell me about my mother. Why did she stay?
Your mother's group was much the same as your own. Big aspirations and wicked dreams. They were one of my favorites. But, like all followers, they had moments of wavering devotion. Your mother visited me one day in confidence. She told me she had met a man, a photographer, that he was kind to her, that she was in love with him. But she did not know who he really was. She could not see into his malicious soul the way I could. The disturbing photos he would take of women, the way he used them for his own benefit, as all mortal men do. When she discovered this news, she was in shock. She didn't believe my own words. The others knew what they needed to do, how they needed to hurt someone, how they needed to hurt him for the hurt that he had caused others. They performed a ritual on him, removing him from this world, delivering him to me. Your mother watched as the life drained from behind his eyes, and that is when I felt her devotion the most.
My mother was in love with a man like that?
She was, but she overcame that devious desire by using my strength and her sister's to rid the world of his presence. Esther, you must not falter from my path. You must not let anyone use their words against me. I will protect you from earthly evil. Remember, this is what your life has led up to. This is your purpose, as was your mother's. Do not disobey me, child.
Lilith brushes her hand over Esther's hair. Then she vanishes. Blacked out. Scene 8. Esther's possession. The orchard, dimming as night sets in. Esther sits alone. She looks lonely. Ruby enters quietly and sits down next to Esther.
Hey, what's wrong? You've been sitting here for over an hour. Is everything okay?
After a moment of hesitation, Ruby takes her hand.
The sunset is really beautiful tonight.
After another awkward moment, Ruby picks a flower from beside them and hands it to Esther. She takes it, but sets it down to the ground immediately.
I know this has probably been a lot, but if you need to talk
How
to
did
me...
you kill that man?
Esther, we had to. That's just how the ritual's performed.
Why are we doing the ritual?
Because Lilith herself chose us to be her faithful servants. It's our responsibility to carry out her work.
Who said her work is good?
It's not just that. Our mothers and their mothers before them all decided to do the work, and they passed that task to us. They would want us to follow in their footsteps, don't you think?
It's just, Vera says...
Who cares what Vera says? She's just as lost as the rest of us.
Vera says that we don't need to connect with our mothers this way, and maybe I agree with her. Doesn't it feel like this is getting out of hand?
Esther, are you with me or not?
I don't know. Look, Ruby, I know you care about this a lot, and I understand, I really do. But I want to feel like you care about me too.
I do, but
what? Lilith comes first?
I think that this is important too. But Esther, I really
Just
do.
leave.
Esther.
Just leave.
Ruby opens her mouth, but then shakes her head. She stands up and storms out of the garden.
I feel so alone.
You are not alone as long as you have me, my acolyte. We are eternally bonded, you and I. You are my vessel, should you have me.
What will you have of me then?
Esther, are you ready to embrace your true purpose?
Esther's eyes glaze over, a determination replacing her earlier doubt. She rises, her movements hesitant.
I am.
Esther sets the chalice down, pouring a dark liquid into it.
It's time to cleanse the world.
Esther picks up the flower, its petals vibrant against the light. She begins plucking the petals one by one.
For every petal, a life taken.
Esther holds the chalice and pours the liquid.
As the leader, I pour the cup. O Lilith, I recognize my privilege to be your chosen daughter. I pledge to keep your power protected as you protect me. I am mortal and therefore bend to your will alone. I will not succumb to manly wickedness and greed. You are my only salvation, Lilith, and this I know as my only truth.
Esther drinks. Shadows begin to shift around her.
And the singer sings a song.
Esther reaches for the dagger and presses the blade against her palm, blood coming forth.
The reaper draws blood.
The blood drips into the chalice, mixing with the dark liquid. Esther lifts the chalice high.
By blood, we bind our fate. And the arcanist lights a candle.
The light has an eerie glow, revealing the ritual space. The shadows move, Lilith's presence growing stronger. Esther's face shifts from determination to an unsettling calm, fully surrendering to Lilith's influence. Suddenly, Esther slams the chalice to the ground. The dark liquid spills out.
I embrace my power, Lilith.
The shadows swirl as Lilith's presence intensifies. Shadows move around Esther. She is now one with her goddess. Esther glances at the petals plucked from the flower.
Every petal, a life to be taken.
She walks off stage, a newfound elegance and purpose in her stride. Scene 9, Ruby's choice. The house. Ruby sits alone on a chair, her head in her hands. Maggie and Joan are talking to each other at a table. Suddenly, Vera bursts into the house.
It's Esther, she's... Oh God,
What's
oh God.
Esther?
I don't know what happened, but I saw her leave the garden earlier, and I heard Lilith's voice, and then she came back to the garden, and she had a body. A body? I think something is really wrong. I'm not sure.
This is my fault.
What did you do?
We had an argument and she asked me to put her before Lilith, and I just couldn't
What
do
is
that.
wrong with you?
I can't question my devotion to Lilith just because I like someone. How can I be her faithful servant when I let my feelings
Can you
get...
stop with the Lilith worship talk?
That is what this group is. We worship Lilith.
Do you have any idea what you're saying? Esther just... There are countless people who will die because of us. And for you to defend that for 1 second...
Maybe it's for the best. We punish people who need to be punished.
Ruby,
right?
can't you see that this doesn't matter right now? Our friend is in trouble and we need to figure out how to save her.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just don't know what to do.
Take a deep breath, Ruby. Lilith gave you knowledge. Somewhere in there, you know.
I think she might be possessed. I think that's something Lilith can do if someone fully devotes themselves to her.
Well, why would Esther do that?
Because I made her feel alone.
How can we stop her before she does something terrible again? Is there anything we can do?
We've seen how much
And we don't want, obviously.
Obviously, I don't want her to. Don't even say it. Just let me think for a second.
We just have to do
We
something.
can't just let this go on any longer.
Okay, we don't have a lot of options, but I need to try something. There's something in the book that I think I can
What do we need to do?
You don't have to do anything. Just let me try this.
Okay. On your own?
Yes, just give me tonight. Give me half an hour. Leave me here for half an hour. And when you come back, you'll see what you need to do. Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna trust you on this.
We'll give you 30 minutes.
Good luck, Ruby.
Thank you for trusting me. I know we've had our differences, but I really care about Esther. And that comes before Lilith.
Farah leads the way for Maggie and Joan to leave the orchard. Ruby flips through the book and rereads a page she'd marked. She takes a mushroom out of her pocket that she'd wrapped in a cloth from earlier. She takes a seat, takes a breath, takes a bite. Lilith appears.
Ruby, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Lilith.
You were always my favorite, you know.
You possessed Esther.
Is that a problem, my dear? This is exhilarating. Delicious, even. I haven't gotten close enough to a human to possess them in nearly a century. It's like I can see the flesh of everything, and everything smells different. I can smell. Isn't that delicious, Ruby?
No, I'm here to negotiate.
Oh? All right, daughter. Fine. What do you have to offer me?
Take me instead of her.
A trade for your dear Esther.
Yes. Where is she now?
Well, because you summoned me here, she's getting some rest. Her body is tired. We've been very productive. She's sleeping by the gate.
Okay. If you take me, if I'm your favorite as you say, will you promise to leave Esther to never even come close to her body or soul again?
I accept, Ruby. I'm impressed by your devotion. Do you swear?
I swear.
Even though your soul will never again walk this earth without my command.
I swear.
Lilith descends and Ruby bolts upright. Vera enters. They lock eyes. It is charged. Ruby runs off, feral. Maggie and Joan enter, seeing Ruby run off. Vera gives them a look, devastated. It didn't work.
She's with Lilith.
So, Esther...
No, it's Ruby.
So we still have to.
Yes, this ends now. We have to stop Lilith.
We stick to the plan.
Now it's
Okay.
It's Ruby. Yes, it is, but it's also Lilith. She was always the closest to her, and we have to find Esther. She's got to be around here
If
somewhere.
this is what we have to do, then... And... Okay, yes.
This is what we have to do. We have to kill her. We have to create a new ritual.
The three share a moment. It's agreed. They go off to search for Esther. Scene 10. The new ritual. Ruby wanders onto stage. Her eyes lock on the candle, and she lights it. Vera and Joan rush onto stage, but slow when they notice Ruby, cautiously approaching as if she is a wild animal they hope to capture.
Welcome, daughters of the night.
What are you doing?
Your presence is strong, children, as is your anger. Tell me, what has brought you here?
We're here for the final ritual.
I see. So, you have come to serve and worship me?
Of course.
Where is Maggie?
I don't know. She has to be here soon.
Ruby fills the chalice and passes it to Joan.
We recognize our privilege to be your chosen daughters. We pledge to keep your power protected as you protect us.
She drinks.
We are mortal and therefore bend to your will alone.
Maggie rushes onto stage, carrying the ritual dagger. Esther trails behind, anguished. Vera sips and passes the cup to Maggie.
We will not succumb to manly wickedness or greed.
She drinks and then takes it in her hands for a moment, staring into its depths. Vera approaches her.
Esther, you're the last one. I don't. We need you. Ruby is gone. She can't be.
You question your devotion, my child? After all that we have accomplished together, this body, Ruby, she trusted you very much. I can feel it in her soul. Even all the way from hell, I can feel it.
Ruby's eyes glaze over, as if seeing beyond what is visible to the naked eye.
She says she's sorry. She says she forgives you. My, she is more dedicated than I could have ever imagined. Even more than you, my acolyte. Don't you want to be like her, my child? Devoted to my reign? It is your destiny. Join your lover, Esther.
Esther stares at Ruby, seeing what she has become.
You are our only salvation, Lilith. And this we know is our only truth.
Slowly, she raises the chalice to her lips.
In the heart of the valley,
Esther approaches Ruby. She picks a flower from beside Ruby and stares at it for a moment, one of Ruby's mother's flowers. Hesitantly, she removes its petals one by one. When the last petal is gone, she drops the flower as if she was burned, and the lights flash off. When they return, the daughters have surrounded her and tied her up. She struggles against her bindings.
What have you done? How dare you betray the one who provides you safety, guidance, and purpose? How dare you respond to my love with anything besides ceaseless devotion?
Ruby, we are so sorry, but it has to be done.
Esther approaches Ruby and embraces her. Ruby's body stills.
Ruby, how could you let her do this to you?
Vera approaches.
It's time to draw the blood.
Vera hands the knife to Maggie. Esther shudders. Lilith regains control.
What are you doing?
The
Fools!
singer draws blood, the reaper creates life.
Vera takes another knife and carves an apple. Maggie tries to bring the knife to Ruby's throat, but Ruby thrashes against her bindings. Esther lets out an anguished cry.
I'm so sorry, Esther. We need you now. This can't go on any longer.
I can feel her presence still. Ruby, this is not her.
Esther, please.
Esther embraces Ruby once again. Ruby stills. Maggie draws the knife across her throat. Vera plants an apple seed in the garden. The sprout quickly grows as Ruby's mother's flowers wither and die.
We no longer accept your power over us. Whatever challenges we face, we will overcome them without your intervention. We free ourselves and our daughters from your demands. We will not succumb to wickedness and greed, nor will we create bitterness and hatred. We leave this place, Almighty Lilith, and banish you back to the land you once inhabited.
Slowly, Joan leans forward and blows out the candle.
Final sacrifice. I love you, Ruby.
Ruby.
For Ruby.
Esther moves away from Ruby's body. Maggie plunges the knife into Ruby's chest. Ruby convulses for a moment, then goes still. Everyone stares at Ruby and what they have done. Slowly, they rise, one by one. Joan leaves first, opening the door to reveal acres of dead apple trees. Maggie follows. Vera hands the key to Esther and slowly approaches the gate. She lights a match and sets it down on the bed of wilted flowers. Esther remains with Ruby's body for a moment, and then she grasps the knife. She holds it in one hand and the key in the other, and the lights go black. The end.